Hello, um, I'm going to talk about culture and business in this video, and I will also have a personal experience to share in this video, which I had while working in a company here in Frankfurt, while I was doing my internship. Like, I feel culture is very important in business because in international trade, because if it is not given a particular kind of respect or what it needs, this may lead to the company's failure in mergers and acquisitions, companies failure in growth, or company failure in product cycle. So this the culture, to understand culture and respect others cultures, is very very important. And for example, if McDonald's start you know producing their, or they get a new product in the market which has burgers which has pork in it, and they start selling in a Muslim country. So Muslim countries, it won't be a good product to launch in a Muslim country, because Muslims, they don't eat pork. So just the same way, if McDonald's start producing product and burgers in which has beef in it in India, I don't think it would be a um, good idea to do, because it will be disrespect to their culture, because Indians consider cows, or they consider beef as a god. So nobody eats beef in India. So, and understanding the culture of a particular country is very very important for business to do really well or increase their growth. Because sometimes the smallest, no matter how many money the company spends on their product, no matter how many talented people they recruit in their companies, if this sensitive thing like culture is disrespected, this may also lead to a failure in a company, of a company. So that is very very important. A personal experience I would talk about, I had while working in a company here in Frankfurt, is that every Wednesday we used to have together team lunch. And when I had joined, there was also another Indian full-time employee. He had also joined. He had come from India. He was living in Germany for a couple of months, and he had shifted here in Frankfurt. And we went outside in a Thai restaurant to have lunch together. We were about 7 people in the team, and usually Indians, they tend to eat with their fingers. And also I think the same thing happens in Bangladesh or Pakistan or neighboring countries. We tend to have food with our fingers. And but in Germany or in any other country, we eat food outside. Some people eat our food outside with fork and knife or spoon. So this what maybe he didn't realize, because I don't think he ever went out anywhere um, except India. He was staying in India for all his life, almost all his life. And he ordered a Thai food. We all started eating. It was rice and chicken and curry, I think he ordered, and he started eating with his fingers. So it was a kind of awkward. Everyone started staring at him. Nobody spoke. Nobody told him anything, but we all were just looking at how he was eating, because it is a different thing. It is a very cultural change. One sees that the person, your own team, and then other people were going to work with him. He was a full-time employee. They had just recruited him in the team. So um, I later on spoke to him after we had the lunch. We were heading back to our office, and I was chatting with him. That's when I told him that the teammates, I mean, of course, they will respect your culture, but they will also want you to respect their culture of the work etiquettes and the business etiquettes, and even table man. This comes under table manners, but it still is very important to respect the other culture. As I said, it's always give and take. In a culture, you give respect to a culture, to a person who's coming from different culture. Only then he will respect your culture. So that's what I told him, and then he realized it, because it's always important to understand and be aware of the where you are around, and your colleagues, how they are, and if it's an international team, if the people from internationally, it's very important to understand. Just the company I was working in, I was doing internship in here in Frankfurt, and they also had, there were a lot of people from different companies, different countries, like India, America, there were a lot of Germans as well. And to respect the culture, they used to have a week for every different cuisine. So there was one whole week of Indian food, there was one whole week of Chinese food, there was another whole week of just Mexican food, because as there were a lot of employees from various countries, to respect culture and respect their food and their cuisine was equally important, because it also turns towards a motivation thing for the employees when they work for a company who respects their culture, and has an idea about their cuisine, because taste is, I think, everything, as we also spoke in about Coca-Cola, giving a nice feeling up to the people is always a good thing to do, and that's what the company I was working in did. And they earned a lot of respect from the employees, and I had a lot of time working in the company. So this was my personal experience about culture, and how it is important in international trade. Thank you.